Hello everyone. In this video, I'll tell you how can you run Odoo on Docker containers. So I'll start with briefing about Docker and some commands. So what is Docker? Docker is a platform to deploy, develop, and run application using containers. And containers, it's a virtualized environment just like virtual machines we have, but there is a difference between them between a container and a virtual machine. Let's take an example. Let's say this is one host machine, and first we have infrastructure as in RAM, cores, memory, and then we have OS installed. It's not appear here actually. Then to run and manage VMs, we have hypervisor. Now, if you notice that every VM is isolated and they have their own OS. While on the other side, this machine has infra host OS, then Docker daemon, and then these isolated containers. And containers use the host OS, uh, as in they share the same host OS. So if you can see, then they have their binaries and libraries. So containers are very lightweight and nowadays very easy to manage using Kubernetes. So one small definition: a container is a package of software libraries and binaries, except OS, and container use Docker daemon to interact with the host OS. Now, these are containers we have now. Then, how we create them? So, to create a new container, we need base image. So, for example, if you want Ubuntu container, you will use Ubuntu images. So these are like stored packages or library. Docker use its centralized repository to store all images. So if you want to use any image, you can pull it from repository in your environment. Then if you want to create your own image, then you can start a container using any image like Ubuntu, Debian, and then on that container, then you can install packages and whatever libraries you want to install. And at a certain level, you can save your container as an image using Docker commit command. There is another way you can build an image is using Docker file. In this case, while building an image, Docker reads instruction from file and create one image. We are going to use this way, so we'll learn it later. Moving on next, we have Docker commands. So these are some commands which we are going to use, some basic commands. So first one is Docker images. So if you want to list out all the images you have in your local instance, then you can use Docker images. And Docker PS is for if you want to list out all the running containers in your local environments, then you can see it through Docker PS. If you use Docker PS hyphen A, then it will list out all the container regardless if it is running or not. And then if you want to start or stop any container, then you can do it using Docker start, stop. And next is Docker run command. Docker run command is used to create a container from an image, and it also runs the entry point command we have in any container. So entry point command is just like a startup script. In that, in Docker we can just manually specify which are our entry point command. I'll cover this in Docker file. Then we have Docker build. Docker build is to create an image using Docker file. So we use Docker build and we specify the name of image. So and then it will create image from Docker. I'll quickly go to terminal and I will just show you Docker command. So I'm assuming that Docker is already installed in your machine. So if you want to install Docker, then you can refer to any video or blog on internet. So I'm assuming that you can install and run Docker. So first command is Docker. images. So see, these are the images I have in my local environment. So actually, I pulled some images, this Ubuntu, Debian, and Postgres image from Docker registry, and then we have Docker PS. So there is no container running currently. So if I do Docker PS and say, so it will tell, okay, this one container is there. So and then we have start and stop. Start command, we have to provide container ID. If we start now, if I do ps, then we can see that this container is running. Now if I want to stop it, I'll just specify docker stop. Okay, so next command is docker run. I'll use this command later, and even the docker build command. Okay, here we are done with the briefing of Docker containers, and Docker commands. So next, I'm going to brief you about Odoo installation. So please check my next video.